That if you have problems in life, hey buddy, congratulations. You people are losing their faith from the concept of marriage. And they have got magical results. If there's a problem in life, don't think it's just because of one person. The moment both the partners are able to understand what mistakes they have done, even if you are in that zone where you're about to break, this can rescue even you. If you have strengthened your marriage, you will become 100x powerful.
Welcome, Vimla ji. Welcome to the very first episode of Rise and Thrive, where we will be redefining success and fulfillment in life. So, I'm Lata Radhakrishnan, and I'm the host, and I would be introducing many guests here, where we will be actually seeing how they have changed their life, where they have moved from their measurable life into something deeper, something more fulfilling and all. So being a life coach, where I'm looking at transformation and fulfilling life, so I will be looking at your life also. I would like to understand your mindset, how people are moving from taking that bold decision, because there are a lot of people who still are struggling and afraid of taking decisions. So I am here taking shares from people like you. And in my very first episode, we have an inspiring guest here, Vimla Melwani Shibi. She would like to call herself, like she has an identity where she wants to call herself a friend of people and married people, and she likes to help them. And that is more toward fulfilling love, reigniting love in their marriage. So I'm not going to talk more. We will have Vimla ji speaking on that. So, Vimlaji, first we will think of how you were a trainer. You told you've been a trainer, very sought after, and many banking clients were there. So, how did you even think of moving from that thriving career into this freelancing and this online coaching?
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And first of all, I want to thank you for inviting and having me on your show today. It's an opportunity, and I will definitely would make the best of this opportunity available. And then on the other hand, when you said that you would like to learn, how my mindset is and how did I come from where I was to where I am today, of course, I'm going to share all that. So you can definitely experiment with my case. Great. Okay. So beginning with, being a trainer in my life initially, yeah, life blessed me with a lot of wonderful opportunities to be instrumental in bringing in change and empowering people skill wise, knowledge wise, the right attitude wise, so that they can really flourish in life. So I was cool. I was really happy. I was learning. I was training. I was experimenting. It was a wonderful journey and was able to contribute to large masses and that too from varied age groups. Got an opportunity to connect with students, with corporate individuals, corporate professionals, both entry level and mid senior level. So it was going great. But you know what? Your question was very interesting. I mean, what made you to move from that line to into relationships? So yeah, you know what? This is also something that I learned. God gives us problems to actually define us. A lot of times we ask this question, oh God, why me? I mean, why this kind of a problem? And why me alone and all that. So I was also in that segment, and when I was in that area, in that zone, I was like, I used to literally cry and then beg for attention, beg for the care, love, have pleaded, begged, cried, yelled, and what not. All the drama was there in my life. Then somewhere came this realization, why me? Instead of this question, I should be actually thinking, yes, of course, why me? But then what is the plan behind? Why did God choose me to give me this kind of a problem? right? So maybe I was really deserving that problem because I was really not good enough. I was not, skilled. I wasn't having that knowledge or that attitude that what I should have that really a marriage requires. Okay. Ours was a love come arranged marriage. So as far as the love thing was there, that love period was there was no problem at all. It was all going very smooth. And even the initial days of the marriage were also good, great. But then when commitments came into picture, when being there unconditionally came into picture, then I felt that no, it's actually taking a different angle, and I'm getting to experience something else which wasn't actually there earlier, and then everything started. Okay, so then with the help of great mentors in my life, thank you to every one of them. There are actually many, okay, and gratitude to all my trainers and mentors who helped me understand, first of all, where I was. So that gave me that mindset shift, and then moved on to learning and practicing, and then saw that, hey, it's really not that difficult. It's not that difficult, but I was really paying big for the kind of ignorance that I was having. So I understood one thing, it's all about the ignorance. And unfortunately, our education system in India does not really provide that knowledge and, the skill that we really need for our life. So the life skills are actually missing. So I was also one of the victim of that kind of an education system, didn't really know what I was doing was something that was not empowering, it was limiting. And hence, okay, when I understood, I really didn't know whether what was I learning, would it really work? Is it really this way? But I had no choice as well, on the other hand, other than putting into practice and seeing the results for myself. And then when I saw, yes, it was happening and things started changing, the love was coming back, the attention was coming back, something that I had to beg for, I no longer had to beg for. Something that I was struggling for was not something that I had to struggle for anymore. It was all coming. It was like as though I'm attracting them. So from, person who was repelling, I transformed into somebody who was attracting. Yes. And then it all, started. And then I also could see, because when I was in that negative zone, in that painful zone, I could see people around me pretty much were in a similar circle and a similar cycle, I would say. And the thing was, they were, first of all, not even able to articulate it, share it with people around, because the kind of stigma that we have in our society in India is, again, another troubling thing, a taboo. But good thing is now people are, getting out of that, and they're accepting. A lot of open talk is happening on these subjects, which is a great thing. And so, which means good days are coming. But on the other hand, yes, challenges are also growing. But I would say when challenges are growing, that's in fact the right chance. That's the right time to implement and really clarify, bring the clarity into that blurred thing that is happening because of the problems. So this is something that I would tell everybody who's even watching this video today, that if you have problems in life, hey, buddy, congratulations. You must really celebrate your problems. You are that chosen one, and something big and mind blowing is waiting for you. Just follow it. The only thing is, don't settle with the problems, seek the solution, and you will find it. So, this is how my life changed, and I've been instrumental in changing the lives of hundreds of others.
Sorry to interrupt. Before we proceed on to what you are doing right now, as I told you, I would like to explore on the mindset, the process that you have undergone. Like you had a lot of clients and it was easy, good thing, fully successful and all. So suddenly when you moved, you might have had some mental resistances or challenges that you would have faced, some kind of a fear, or it could be anything. What was the biggest fear you had or a resistance you had, and how did your family and friends react to it? How did they even react? Like, how, hey, come on, you have a very successful career that is happening, and why do you want to move now and risk your, at this age, a lot of questions you'll be receiving, right? So how did you face that? How did you actually take the decision of what you're doing right now?
Okay. Luckily, I must say I'm blessed with a very, very supporting family. And the reason is, see, this thing I started after resolving my own, relationship, which means things have already changed at my end. Okay. So there's more support, there's more understanding, there's more acceptance, there's more, when I say support, no matter what you want to do, I'm there with you. That's about it. I believe in you, I trust in you, and you've always been successful. You can do this, go for it. If this is what you feel like doing it, go for it. We are there with you. That's about it. Be it my mom, of course, and as far as fear is concerned, I was never a fearful person. I was always fearless. I don't know from where I learned this. I don't remember, but this is what I even tell my son. Never be afraid of anything in life. Even God, you don't have to be God fearing. Be God loving. That is more empowering than God fearing. God also does not want you to be scared of him. No, God is like our own parent. Which parent would want their child to be scared of him? No. So therefore, God's loving. That's where I get the energy from. And perhaps that is why, when it came to relationships also, though I had difficulties, I was not stuck there. There was something within me saying, hey, good, okay, now you have problem, but how do we resolve it? Because coming from training industry, we generally, empower people saying that, okay, whatever is a difficulty, you're going to move on, overcome them, find a solution. So that has been like kind of part of my DNA, for almost 20 conditioned, yeah. And since my childhood, I was a person who used to always teach. So it was like, I don't know from, whether it is, the DNA of this life, or I don't know if it is the karma of my all past lives. I don't know. But apparently it all ended up in something nice, something beautiful. And I thought, okay, whatever small little challenges are coming, it's fine. I'll overcome them. That's about it. It's a matter of time. And the skill and the knowledge. So continuous learning is something that always keeps me going. If I stop learning, which means I've stopped breathing. So I strongly believe learning is very, very important, and implementing the learnings is even more important to see the results, the tangible results. So that's how my mindset had been. And then as far as fears are concerned, I said, it's okay. I mean, if I'm not taking any risk, I'm definitely not going to see any reward. So it's fine. And when you have the support of your own people, what more can you ask for?
I just love your attitude towards just face the problems. Yeah. And invite, come please, I will be better. It's like how the coal becomes a diamond, no? We get polished because of the problems. So,
yeah, you just have to accept that process of pressure and whatnot to become that diamond. So, but I think that understanding and that acceptance is very important. With that understanding, I think half the battle is already won.
And this applies to all relationships, not just spouses. It matters a lot in any relationship, even friends. So now I just want to move to the present. Now, what drew this subject? There are so many. Of course, you've been coaching, so you are into training, coaching, and all. There are so many topics and niche that is available. What drew you towards your niche? And if you can just tell it to our viewers what your niche is all about, and what is your purpose and reason for choosing this niche?
Right. Okay. I'm actually a marriage energy alignment coach. What do I mean literally by this is I strongly believe that every individual has the energy, which is masculine and feminine. So masculine energy and feminine energy, which in other words, in our spiritual language, we say Shiva's energy and Shakti's energy. Every individual definitely has it, regardless of the gender of the person. So, for example, this is something that I strongly convince myself with. I mean, with this example, there is, we've come across single parents, like single mother, single father, right? And when you interact with a child, if the child has been with, let's say, single mother, and you talk to the child is happy. The child does not say that, hey, I'm missing father, or there is some element that's missing and all that, other than the society, which actually creates the whole scene around and, telling you who's your father and all that. That's not the case. I'm talking about single, parent, like, let's say after marriage, for some reason they had to separate. And so how is the mother nurturing the child? So the mother tries to be both mother and the father. So she is successful in playing both the roles. How is it possible? It's possible because both the energies are present in that person. And so is the case with the man as well. Now, what happens is, as far as these energies are balanced, 50% Shiva and 50% Shakti, when that is there, it's balanced, and you will be able to deal with anything and everything. But the problem arises when this is not in balance, when they're not in equal proportion. So then what happens that one element, when it lacks, all the related benefits that comes from that element, let's say Shiva energy is missing. Shiva energy is usually associated with protection, providing, understanding, being strong, problem solving, and taking care of the survival and all of that is the Shiva Shakti. I mean, Shiva's energy, right? So if Shiva's element is weak, all the benefits that come from the Shiva's energy will be lacking. And if Shiva's element is balanced, and the best news is these energies, whichever is lacking, can actually be balanced. When they balanced, then whatever are the abnormalities in the benefits, they also get balanced. So you again start attracting everything. Now, this is one side of the story. So this is something that, I don't make it too much spiritual. I'm not, going into the stories of, all the lords and, gods, demigods. No, I'm not going that way. But what I'm saying is that, let's apply it practically. Okay, now, how do I balance that? What are the activities that I need to do? Okay, where does it start? So again, a little bit from our spiritual thing, it's like, they say, manasa, vacha, and karma. What you think, what you speak, and how you behave. This is what is something that the world is going to see, right? How you think is going to manifest into your behavior and your communication. So when we interact with the other person, we are just solo. But when we interact with the other person, our spouse, our children, or whoever in this world, okay, we are going to be interacting with them through these three things: our thoughts, our vibes, our communication, and our behavior. So these are the things that require that changes that will actually convey what you are really within to the other person. So therefore, understanding gets complete. Only correct, yeah, better and complete. And I don't think completion ever happens. You keep discovering. The discovery process is on for the rest of the life.
For a lifetime.
Because people change. Yeah. So people change, people improve every day. Everybody, I believe, on this planet Earth wants to be a better version of themselves. And they strive for it. Some are able to do that because of the environment and, whatever knowledge, whatever resources they have in life. And some are not able to because maybe they are in the unresourceful state or they're not having the right resources around. They're stuck. So when these are provided, the transformation begins. And they just have to identify it, seek it first to identify it, and then identify and move on.
So let me just come to practical things. Now,
Absolutely.
Today's world, people, both the couple, married couple, both of them are working. So practically, they don't have time for each other. Maybe
True.
that is the reason for cause of many divorces or many cases. And a lot of misunderstanding, many things happen. So how do you actually, who are your target audience, or who do you think will be the right audience to receive your teaching? And what do you teach? Do you teach any techniques, or do you use any techniques like NLP, or you were saying spiritual practices, yoga practices, meditation? How do you deal with it?
Very rightly, you were actually naming everything that I use in my process. Okay, because see, when you said yoga, okay, when you said NLP, that's connected. Okay, we are not, separate mind element. We are not separate body element. It's a whole. It's a whole. So they interact with each other. Our mind interacts with our soul and the body, and vice versa. So everything is going together. So it's like I said, manasa, vacha, and karma. So manasa, when we say manasa, it's a thought. So it's an internal thing, the mind. So you really need to rewire the mind. Mind actually goes along with the belief systems. Belief systems are again formed from what you have been observing, from your environment. And what do you think about it? So that is one. But have we been diligent in verifying them? Or have we just blindly accepted them? When you're open to any garbage around, the garbage will fill your mind. But if you are diligent and say no to garbage, the garbage will not enter it, provided you have that sanity inside. You have that level of awareness inside as to what is going inside. So as far as practices are concerned, yes. So if there's garbage already inside, we need to do the brainwash, right? Fill it up with what are supporting beliefs for what goal you want to achieve. If you want to attract love, hey buddy, let's put yourself in that shoe. Okay, let's first understand. Let's practice empathy. You be in that. And one thing that is fundamental is in Hindi we say ताली दोनों हाथों से बजती है, right? Which means, if there's a problem or even if there's a victory, whatever, right? It happens only when both the hands come together, which means if there's if there's a problem in life, don't think it's just because of one person. Something the other person must have also done. It's just that maybe you are aware, you're not aware, whatever. So if you're aware, fair enough. If you're not aware, let's bring it to that awareness. The moment both the partners are able to understand what mistakes they have done, half the battle is already won there. Okay? Because now they will move into fixing mode. So one of the personality qualities that I stress on is if you have made a mistake, hey buddy, own it and fix it. The moment you own it and you fix it, things will sort out on its own. So that is very important. But if you don't own it at all, you're never going to get what you want. You're never going to find what you want. Because the other person is also a human being. They have emotions. So again, this emotional intelligence needs to come into picture, right? Understand what the other person is going through. Understand what has caused that kind of a feeling. If you have been responsible, how can you solve it and then take it off from there. So it's a lot about communication and practicing patience. Because nothing can happen all of a sudden. You've got to be patient because the other person should really be able to accept, even if you're apologizing, the other person should be able to accept your apology. Just by saying sorry, I mean, how many times has it not happened? We, from my childhood also, many times I would have told sorry to my mom, but she would never forgive me. She said, go, that's all. Oh my God, I'm saying sorry, but it's of no value. She's just disposing me. And I can understand that when my child comes and tells me sorry. So it's not about the sorry, that word, no. Do you even understand the pain that I went through? Do you understand the frustration that I went through? The disappointment that I went through? Do you understand? So understanding turns the entire story around. So empathy and then patience, because the other person will forgive you only when they really feel like forgiving, when they feel understood. Then is when the forgiveness can actually happen. But otherwise, yes, for the personal care, for self-care, it's very helpful. It's a very healthy practice to let go things. The sooner you let go, the things will fall in place easily. So a lot of these understandings are very important. And what I strongly believe is, it's not that people don't know all of these, what I'm talking about. But what happens is we have never been practicing them. And that is why everything has remained in the knowledge level. When you just go and refresh all of that and say, hey, come on, can we just try this? And we have got magical results. Magical results. That's why I say transforming marriage is very easy. It's not difficult. It's not at all rocket science. But it will remain, some mystery until and unless we really explore into the solution part of it. So it's not a mystery, my dear friends. Just understand this, believe, and it's possible. And the worst thing that I'm really feeling sad for is that these days people are losing hope. People are losing their faith from the concept of marriage, which is very disappointing. And I would say if that is the thought that you are having, it's coming from the position of ignorance, space of ignorance. I want to tell this, I want to shout out to this entire planet. Please just give a try. First go, enroll yourself into a school which teaches you the relationship skills. Okay, that knowledge, understand, then try for it. Even if you are at the urge of, divorcing, separating, hold your decision. Halt your decision for at least one solid year. Give it a try. Okay, because there are two reasons why I say this. Because there's no point once you divorce it off. Okay, the relationship is already broken. You may be regretting later. Oh my God, maybe I should have given a try. Maybe. And let's say you gave the try and you failed. Let's assume that also you failed, but there won't be a regret later. You'll say, I did everything from my end. You will be able to peacefully sleep. Otherwise, you will have only restless sleep. I mean, there's no sleep at all. Restless. So regret and restless is what you will be left with. I think it's what? For something that you dreamt of, something that you always wanted in your life, I think you should be able to give away 1 year of your time to try it out, give your 100%, and then take a call.
We are almost coming to the end of this session. See, actually, what I was while you were speaking, you told like it's actually easy, but it's not as easy as you said. So anything that you are going to share, it should be like practically. I will know a lot of things, as you said, a lot of knowledge, everything is there, but to practically apply our knowledge is the greatest challenge. So in your course, do you offer any step-by-step process or something that helps them to do on a daily basis? How do you go about it?
Yes, exactly. This is what we do. It's not just at the knowledge level because that's not going to give results. And if I'm telling you to, try for 1 year, okay, so this is completely basis on how much you're applying. Consistency is what is very, very essential. One day you change and then second day you're back to square one or your old way, then the journey will become difficult. But it's okay. I mean, we all are humans. In Tamil, they say, Paraka doshangal. I mean, this is something that I picked it up from there. So, yes, I mean, we are all slaves of our habits, right? So, we have been habituated to some style of life which kept us in that negative zone, that problem zone. First, awareness is important. Now, with consciousness, you got to remember that these habits will put me back in trouble. So I better stay away from that. So what is it that I need to do? Instead of saying, don't do this, which is very easy, but I should also be told what should be done. So what should be done? And then so do it. So what I offer to my clients is a 90-day practical period. So when they enroll into my program, what I say is, you get 4 opportunities of these 90 days, right? So in a year, you have like 4 quarters, so 4 periods of 90 days. So let's say you try the first time. Of course, you will be first of all slave of yourself. If you are a strong person, you're a smart person, you're a wise person, results are going to be very easy for you. It's very easy. That's why I'm saying 90 days, right? Results can definitely come in if you already have these qualities. If you're going to be, judgmental, you think, you want to challenge this process, you don't trust and stuff like that, you keep deviating, don't worry. But if you want the result, you have like no other choice, right? You got to apply it. So let's move ahead to the next 90 days. Try it. You fail the next 90 days, go take the third turn, do it. Again, by then definitely they would have seen some results, no doubt about it, right? And then in the final 90 days, for sure it will fix. And that's why I said, even if you are deciding to, break up, give yourself that one solid year because not everybody is the same. One, solution does not work for everybody. But if there are suitable conditions, then in 90 days you can transform your life is something also that I want to tell my audience because I saw the changes.
Your program is only for people who have problems or for all married couples?
It depends. See, it's not about who has just problems. If you have problems, it is the best solution for you. See, it's about like this. When you do the right thing, you will either not get problem, one, and you will already be experiencing bliss. It's just about doing the
why I asked this because usually people they go to a marriage counselor when they have some problems. But your course is more on building and strengthening relationships. So it need not be that you need to get that problem. It is more of preventive, right? So if we can start with your course, it will be like easy that we don't have to face problems at all.
Correct.
So,
See, it's like this. The right thing, when you, the right thing, the magic of the right thing is like this. When you do the right thing, you will not get the problem, like what you said, preventive, right? But even if you have got the problem, there's nothing,
still have
else.
solution.
You have to follow the right thing. That is what is going to bring you back. That is what is going to reverse everything, right? So what I meant here was, even if you are in that zone where you're, about to break, this can rescue even you, is what I want to say here. But otherwise, yes, to strengthen your relationship is like you blessing your relationship, you blessing yourself with the best that this universe can offer to you. So please go ahead, strengthen your relationship. What I say my clients is, or what I say everybody here is, individually you can be 10x impactful, 10x powerful. But if you have strengthened your marriage, you will become 100x powerful, 100x impactful, 100x successful in life. Because marriage is that treasure, marriage is that precious thing that can magically turn around everything for each one of us. It's just that we need to understand it correctly.
Vimlaji, one last question. If the people they want to speak to you, meet you, how do they contact you?
You can actually reach me on my YouTube channels and my Facebook page. Okay, it's all with the same name, Abundant Couples Hub. You can reach me on that. You can also write to me, email to me on help@abundantcoupleshub.com. Okay, besides this, you can also DM me on any of these social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and then everywhere. So you can catch me up there. And time and again, we regularly roll out webinars. You can join our webinars to understand how the entire program starts and how it can be helpful to you. So there are various aspects that we deal with in depth. So you can definitely catch up in the webinar, and I'll be rolling out the information about it regularly on the social media.
Thank you so much, Vimlaji. Talking with you was very insightful. It's not, I could see how your words are impacting me. So how it is going to impact many other young couples who are watching here. And now being the nuclear society, we don't have our parents around us to say, this is only small thing, you can just overcome that. So you will come into that picture of being that elder sister or maybe even mother, whoever. So you will be acting that and you will be giving that solution to the little problems that we see in life. So I wish I could talk more, but we have very less time now. So maybe I would be interested to speak to you in depth more about your course and what you have to offer in the next podcast sometimes later when you're free. So thank you so much, Vimlaji, for being here. Yeah, thank you. So this is for our viewers. I will be noting this in the description also. You can contact Vimlaji.
Thank you so much for inviting and for this wonderful opportunity.
So you have any message that you want to leave to our audience?
Sure. Hey buddies, hey couples, hey men, hey women, to everybody out there. Okay, let go whatever has been troubling you. And if you have done anything wrong, go ahead and fix it up. There's no shortcut to successful marriage and super successful life. And the third thing is love yourself. Don't care about what others think about you, right? Including your spouse. It's fine. First, self-care is very, very important. And then you can extend to caring for your family. So it all begins with you. Just remember that you are special, you're awesome, you are just brilliant, you're beautiful. Stay that way, and the world needs you. Do take care, and wish you all an abundant life. Thank you so much.
That's a wonderful message, and the world needs you, Vimlaji. Thank you so much.
Man, thank you so much. Yes.